holiday time, but we'll talk about the fact no one else wants to discuss.
The eyes that are watching when you shop at the new Amazon Go store.
And attention all sneakerheads, we'll have the newest trends in collecting. All that and more next on Urban Nights Update. Hi there, thanks for joining us here at Academy of Art University's Urban Nights Update. Monique Nethington is sitting in with me. I'm Nicholas Boffman, and here's what we're working on. The border crossing at San Ysidro, California and Mexico has turned into a battlefield. U.S. Customs and Border Patrol agents fired tear gas and pepper spray into the giant caravan of Central American migrants who tried to force their way across the border. The crowd started as a peaceful protest, but before some people started throwing rocks at the Border Patrol agents. According to a U.S. Customs and Border Protection Commissioner, 69 migrants who tried to cross the border illegally were arrested on the California side. Officials say they are deporting anyone who tried to cross the border illegally during this altercation, and President Trump has threatened to shut down the border entirely.
Deny, deny, deny. That seems to be the common theme inside the Trump administration. This time, following the release of the new climate assessment, the administration has decided to downplay its own findings. The president announced that he doesn't believe the report. A spokeswoman insisted the findings were based largely on the most extreme scenario and that the report, due in 4 years' time, will be more transparent and accurate. The current findings warn of crop failures, expanding wildfires, altered coastlines, billions of dollars lost, and multiplying health concerns for Americans.
The Northern California Camp Fire, which killed at least 85 people and burned over 150,000 acres, is now fully contained. The 3 days of rain that we saw last week helped the firefighters contain the fire, but the mixture of ash and mud will make it harder for the rescuers to find the hundreds of people that are still unaccounted for. With thousands displaced and the cold weather approaching, shelters would be home to many of the families that lost everything this winter.
With the thousands of homes burned, many animals have also lost theirs. Animals were left running for their lives and suffered severe burns on their paws and singed whiskers. Animal shelters around the Bay Area are helping house animals from the fire. San Francisco's SPCA is one of those housing the overflow of animals. They are currently holding 10 dogs and 18 cats.
If you love animals, then you know about the SFPCA Macy's Windows Holiday Adoption. What you don't know is the sadder side of what can happen after the adoption. I dove in to find out. The annual SFPCA and Macy's Christmas Pet Adoption is here. Every year people come by in awe over the cuteness of all the animals in the windows. If you can't get enough of these fluffy, cute, lovable animals in the window, you can come inside and see them behind the glass. Even if that's not enough, you can even get in the pen with them and have cuddle time with them for a price of $10 for 10 minutes. Pet lover Crystal Garcia lives for this opportunity.
I always love this time of year because I get to see the little cuties on display, and I hope they find a family because I really wish I could adopt one myself, and they deserve a good home.
Even the workers here enjoy it. Some even volunteer for a 6-month term. Yushan Yao works here year-round, and she gets to do this every year.
My name's Yushan. I'm a client care supervisor at the San Francisco SPCA in the Adoptions Department. So we bring the animals down to holiday windows. We do adoptions at the Mission Adoption Center, answer any questions for you. So both of my pets are adopted, and I love working with animals. I love getting them into homes. It's really nice to help people get their new family member. It's really wonderful working for a nonprofit where everyone on your team wants the same thing and has the same values and just wants to help animals.
All of this is supposed to be an all-smile story. There's a darker side to it. According to ASPCA, 6.5 million animals are in shelters each year. Only half of those get adopted. Every 5 years, 6.1 million animals get sent back home, and 1.5 million of those animals unfortunately get euthanized.
I do know like our return rates I think are about 7-8% like of the animals we get adopted out get returned to us, and I think the national average is about 10-11%.
If you want to experience this holiday fun, Macy's will be holding this event until January 1st, but shelters are open year-round. You can always find your local one and change a life. If you find an animal, try and take it to a no-kill shelter. There they can live without the worry of being euthanized. In San Francisco, I'm Nicholas Boffman for your Urban Nights Update. We actually learned that 2 of those cats in the video were adopted by one of our fellow students here at AAU. What a great outcome.
What a consuming day. Black Friday sales have a new highest record this year. MasterCard sales alone reached $23 billion on Friday. It is up 9% from last year, and those numbers include in-store and online sales. Black Friday may be over, but the deals are still going strong. Cyber Monday is here, and that means more chances to save on holiday shopping deals. Deals are popping up everywhere on the internet. With smartphones and mobile websites being more advanced than ever, shoppers are expected to spend over $7 billion this year.
Are you in a hurry and looking for a store and no lines? Amy Smith has the details on the place just for you.
Do you ever feel like someone is watching you while you shop, tracking your every move? Amazon is doing just that in their newest store with no checkout required, called Amazon Go. The store is located at the corner of California and Battery Street. Up above in the rafters are thousands of sensors watching and tracking your every move, from the moment you walk in until you walk out. Amazon Go opened just 1 month ago, and their motto is just walk out. So today, we're going to see how easy it is to just walk out. First, you download the app, Amazon Go. Have your barcode ready to scan and begin shopping. Cecilia Osario tells us what brought her in today.
What intrigues me about this store is the different system that they use to get in here. You conveniently have your app, which you have all your information on, so you just have to bring in your phone, pick out your items, you're done.
How does it work, you ask? The technology uses computer vision, sensor fusion, and deep learning of customers. The sensors detect when products are taken off or put back on the shelves, only charging you for the items you actually take. Everything is loaded into your virtual cart through your app. When you leave, the items are totaled and a receipt is emailed to you. First-time customer, tech industry worker Daisuk Nishimura gives us his reaction to the store.
Interesting experience. Yeah, looks like you're getting monitors all the time, but yeah, I think the food is good and yeah, it's a nice experience.
This store is made for customers who just want to grab their items and just walk out. If you find yourself needing assistance, look for an employee who'll be wearing bright orange. In San Francisco, I'm Amy Smith with your Urban Nights Update.
The sensor technology Amazon is using is actually the same as self-driving cars.
A new type of phone is giving Apple iPhones a run for its money. People are expecting the screens to be 5 inches or larger display, which is keeping up with the trend of larger screens in recent years. Many expect this trend to experience initial backlash and to slowly become successful over time. Samsung is the first to introduce the prototype of this potentially revolutionizing new concept. So check it out today and see if it's the move for you. If you're an Android user and are addicted to that screen of yours or know someone who is, then listen up. Google has just released a beta version of their new app, Digital Wellbeing. The app will allow you to monitor how much time you spend on your phone with a daily overview, and it also allows you to set limits on how much time you spend on an app. And also, it has a wind down feature that puts your phone in the do not disturb mode around bedtime. If any of this sounds familiar, well, that may be because Apple released a similar monitoring system in one of their most recent updates.
Chiropractic therapy is one of the special treatments that can help enhance your daily life. Whether you're an athlete or maybe have been in an accident, this therapeutic treatment can help. Noah Dobbin has more on homeopathic therapy.
For years, the pill has been the one thing that doctors have said and prescribed to people with aches and pains. But what if there was a different solution? I was able to sit down with Danielle Silva, an advocate for the very special homeopathic treatment.
In my opinion and in my experience, I've had much better luck with the chiropractor and the homeopathic treatment. it would be easy to go to a doctor and get a pill, which is going to alleviate the pain but not resolve the problem. So I've had really bad back issues. Was recently in a car accident and had really bad whiplash, and the acupuncture and cupping have helped with my neck, and the chiropractor helped substantially with my back. And when I did go to a doctor, he wanted to do surgery immediately on my back. But I was able to bypass the surgery and just have a chiropractor work through the issues.
Although ancient homeopathic remedies have been around for thousands of years, there are those that say the scientific health benefits of today are more beneficial. Pills and opiates have been around for years and have been helping people ever since then. There are both benefits to taking and not taking them. There are many forms of the pills that are able to do many different things, such as raise sugar levels and or stop you from having a bad heart. I sat down with Jaron Silva, who is an advocate for pills and sees many benefits.
I believe that the homeopathic treatment, it definitely takes a lot longer, and it's obviously week by week for me at least. I'd have to go into the doctors at least once a week and go and get acupuncture, go and get the cupping. I know my girlfriend gets cupping done 2 or 3 times a week, and she still doesn't like it. But as far as if I were to just go and get some pills or go and get something of that nature, I think if you do take the pills responsibly, that it will help at the end of the day, and it's way more time efficient.
Whether you're an advocate for not using pills or not using homeopathic treatment, you should be able to see the negative and the positive of both sides that they do. Both are beneficial to help, and if you are in need of treatment, get in contact with your local doctor. This has been Noah Dobbin in Brentwood, California for your Urban Nights Update.
Over 200 million people participate in this alternative healing, including Michael Phelps, a 23-time gold medal Olympian who uses cupping as one of his treatments.
There's a polio-like disease on the rise in America, and it's targeting your children. According to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, there are 440 cases of both possible and confirmed acute plasmamyelitis. Of those cases, 90% of them were children under the age of 4. Most children with the confirmed cases experienced a viral illness with symptoms like a fever and a cough for about 3 to 10 days until paralysis set in. 31 states have confirmed cases of AFM, but despite the rise, the CDC says fewer than 1 to 2 million children will get it each year. Attention you soda fans, researchers shows you consuming too many sodas can risk your increase of diabetes more than other sugary foods. Researchers from St. Michael's Hospital and Toronto University published their research by analyzing the results. Most foods that naturally contain fructose sugars do not affect blood glucose levels. However, foods with added glucose, such as soft drinks, breakfast cereals, baked goods, do have harmful effects. Scientists hope that more healthcare providers understand the harmful effects of fructose sugars on blood glucose.
Death penalty is a topic that has been on everyone's minds for decades. It is a controversial topic, having people question the humanity of this process. Matt Watkins is hosting today's roundtable, and he will tackle this question.
Thanks, Nick. I'm here with Amy Smith, Tara Cooley, and Ash Zhang. Today, we will be talking about the death penalty. First of all, what do you guys think of the death penalty, and do you guys think it's morally right to put someone to death?
I think it really just depends on the situation. I think if someone is like a mass murderer and they've killed all these people and they've done these horrific things, then yes, of course, I do believe that they should get the death penalty. But I find, or in some cases, that either people could be innocent that may be ordered to the death penalty and they're trying to work to be free. So I think that it really just depends on the situation and the case in the trial.
Well, yeah, I mean, I also think with technology now is better than what it was in the past. Mm-hmm. I know, like back in the day, say 5-10 years ago, people were getting put to death that actually were innocent based on technology and all this DNA testing and all that stuff. So I think nowadays it's a little bit like if you get in trouble, you murder people, you kill people, it's a little bit, yes, you're guilty, you're going to die. But back in the day, I think it was just, more people got killed when they shouldn't have been.
Yeah,
and also, I mean, having money for an attorney or being able to have a good, proper defense when you're being accused of an act like that.
That's true.
So.
Yeah, I think it seems like the death penalty seems like not humane, but I heard about the story that criminal was murdered people and robbed, and he was sent to the jail after 10 years. He was he was out from the jail, but he murdered people and he killed people and robbed again because he have no chance. He have no chance to touch the cell phone or laptop in the jail. So he said what he can do is it's.
And I do know that on the Netflix documentary, actually, they did talk about the death penalty and how some people who are in prison currently will murder people in prison so they can be on the death penalty, because supposedly the living situations in jail on death row are so much nicer than being in regular prison.
That's just crazy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as you may know, there are different ways to be put to death. What do you guys think is the most humane way to do so?
I think humane-wise, it's going to be lethal injection, but I mean, who really wants to get all that, put in your body? But you figure if you electrify someone, you have a different, there's more risk that maybe the power goes out and you're stuck, getting fried halfway and you're not completely dead. And then, of course, you have, death by, gunfire, right? So then the firing squad. So then they go up there and you just pray to God that someone's a good shooter, because what if all these bullets are flying by you? You know what I'm saying? Is that something that you want to stand there and listen to, or you just want to be dead?
I used to see the Discovery Channel, and it says the electric chair is the most humane one, because the criminal will get the less pain than shooting or injection or something.
Really?
Yeah.
I would think that the lethal injection would be the safest way. If I saw guns, I would be so scared. I would want to move around. So I feel like if it was me, I would just lethal injection and let it be.
Do you guys think it's fair that different states have different ways of being put to death, or some states don't even have death penalty?
Right. I know, in the South, I'm from the South, so we tend to. Our big one is firing squad, and they just brought it back a few years ago.
Wow.
So otherwise, before that, they just like to fry you.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Just put it out there.
Crispy,
They just like to fry
please.
you. Yeah, it's a touchy subject. It really just depends. I think that whatever the crime is, your death will fit. So.
Well, that's all the time we have today, guys. Thank you so much for joining, and back to you guys.
Thanks very much for that provocative discussion. Turning to the sports world, Warriors star Steph Curry was involved in a 3-car crash in Oakland this past Friday. His $125,000 Porsche took all the damage as he walked away unharmed. The crash started when the driver of a silver Lexus lost control, hitting Curry in another lane, right near the Caldecott Tunnel. 10 minutes after the collision happened, another driver lost control of their car and hit the back of Curry's car, slamming into the concrete wall, and 3 other drivers left the scene unharmed. It took a staggering 22 holes to determine the winner of the match between Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson on Friday at the Shadow Creek in Las Vegas. When it came to the 20th hole, both Woods and Mickelson made 2 makeshift holes to switch up the game. However, many say that it wasn't as exciting as it would have been. Viewers were looking for more of a back-and-forth game, and they didn't get that, as Phil Mickelson won the $9 million and $600,000 for his charity. Staying on the subject of sports, Shyla Miller has this week's sports update.
Thank you and welcome. We have another fun-filled week of your Urban Knights sports. First, we're going over to see how the men's and women's track and field teams are preparing for their upcoming indoor season. Then, we'll hit the hardwood for the men's and women's basketball teams and how they have been doing. Let's see how this season is going on. Let's jump on in. The women's track and field team are getting ready to start their upcoming indoor season. Hannah Hensley is looking to defend her title as she won the women's high jump last season. Right now, the Lady Knights are preparing for their first meet of this winter season as they run into the Mines Alumni Classic in Golden, Colorado on December 7th. The men's track and field team is also kicking in high gear as they start their indoor season as well. Coming off a strong indoor season last year, as Bilal Ajmali is looking to defend his title in the 60-meter dash and also the 200-meter dash. The men's team is currently preparing for their first meet of the season as the same meet as the women's at the Mines Alumni Classic in Golden, Colorado on December 7th. Now let's take a look at a season preview of the Knights men's basketball team.
Perfect.
The men's team is on a 5-game losing streak as they just finished their road trip in Utah, losing to Dixie State 68-77 and to Westminster College 50-56. They're looking to get their first win of the season against Point Loma at home on November 29th. Let's take a look at what some seniors have to say about this upcoming season.
Yeah, I think basing off of last year, I think we had like a really strong season. You know, I think it was like our best season that we had for like the men's program. So we're just gonna try to like build off of that.
I think the most important thing is just to stay healthy. We got some great guys, and it's just like Lynn said, we had to build up on last year, and we got some great pieces. We just gotta put it all together.
Let's jump on over and see how the women's team is trying to bounce back from last season. The women are already starting off better than last year as they are 1-2, getting their first win against Western Oregon. The Knights played against SF State yesterday, making it a nail-biter, but ending up losing at the end with a score of 102-92. They are set to play before the men's game against Point Loma at home on November 29th. Let's take a look at how the seniors are ready for this upcoming season.
This year we got a lot of incoming players. We had to put some work to bring everybody together, you know, but we're getting there. We got a lot better than what we came here with. We got new coaches, and it's just a whole new system, and we're getting there.
That just about wraps it up for this edition of Your Urban Knights Sports. Back to you guys.
Everyone's heard of sneakerheads, people who collect athletic shoes, but it turns out that fashion and trend are impacting what shoes are hot and which are not. Angel Moore explains.
The sneaker industry is worth billions worldwide, and its culture continues to change. The shoes a person wears is no longer just about functionality, but about fashion, status, and copying the latest kicks. Influenced by sports and music, the sneaker culture shows no signs of slowing down. Here's Jamal for more info.
Sneakers compared to now to back in the day, it's changed tremendously. It's a whole resale game now. So back in the day, sneakers was more just for fashion. You can get them at stores. I remember like in the 90s, they say Jordan used to sit on the racks. Jordan 1s now go for like upwards of $1,000 because it's a huge market for culture-wise. So culture-wise now, they make them less limited. Everybody wants it, therefore it's a resale game for it now. So it's past fashion now. Now it's business. You have like major designer brands such as Off-White that's in the trend of the culture. That just shows like now how big it is. Like it's way past basketball, way past just wearing it, playing basketball, and now it's culture, now it's fashion.
As said by Jamal, we could just see how much the sneaker culture has evolved from being fashion focused as opposed to nowadays being all about collections and resales. On a personal note, I am a self collector. This is my personal take on sneaker evolution. As a collector, I try to find like the hottest sneakers right now. I've never found my research back in the day like the old Air Max 90s, but since now the new hype stuff with like Off-White and with Nike especially, those are the hot ones. And like you see the boxes of Yeezys right there in my little containers. I try to find my inspiration like from Virgil, from Kanye. I see whatever they're wearing in the sneaker game, and I just hop on the train. The culture has changed from my sneaker collection. I used to just collect Vans and just Nike running shoes. That's what hot like 3 years ago. Now I'm into like the Yeezys and runners, the high-end shoes like Balenciagas and all that stuff. And whatever's hot is hot. That's what I collect, and that's what I like. In Los Angeles, I'm Angel Mora for your Urban Knights update.
The sneaker culture is only on the rise. The first time you purchase a shoe, it may seem like a break in the bank, but if you keep them clean and new, they could be worth a whole lot more in the future.
Now we bring you to Caden Spilsbury, who has the latest on entertainment news.
Thank you, guys. After the success of Death Note, Netflix is having their second go at creating a live-action series based on a cartoon animation. This one, though, might just be the biggest. Netflix has just announced they are creating a live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender television series. The biggest news is that they are teaming up with the original creators of the show. We all know that Avatar was Nickelodeon's biggest hit over a decade ago. Let's just hope this is better than Paramount's take on the show back in 2010, which was a box office failure, losing more money than it made. This week in movie news, Ralph Breaks the Internet. It is at the top of this weekend's box office.
Sugar Rush is getting unplugged.
Oh no, I'm freaking out hard.
The second installment of the Wreck-It Ralph series grossed almost $50 million opening weekend, defeating Creed 2, which is also a second installment in the series, as compared to last week's box office hit, The Grinch. Ralph Breaks the Internet was $20 million behind. Still a big shocker that it beats movies such as Crimes of Grindelwald and Instant Family. A new trailer just came out that gave Pokemon fans the chills. That's right, we are getting a live-action Pokemon movie.
Welcome to Rhyme City, a celebration of the harmony between humans and Pokemon.
The new movie Pokemon Detective Pikachu is said to be released in May of 2019. The biggest surprise is when fans heard the super recognizable voice of Pikachu.
Pipe, yes, okay, I can. Shoving, pushing. My problem is that I push people away and then hate them for leaving.
That's right, Ryan Reynolds voices the cuddly beast of Pikachu. Some fans are not too sure how this is going to turn out because all they see when they hear that voice is Deadpool. I guess it's hard for people to see that lovable character be the voice of the same man that is Deadpool. Another trailer that got fans excited this week was the release of the new live-action Lion King movie.
Everything the light touches is our kingdom. But a king's time as ruler rises and falls like the sun. One day, the sun will set on my time here and will rise with you as the new king.
The visual effects are by far the best we have seen out of any of the Disney live-action remakes, getting an estimation of over $200 million to create the film. Being that the entire movie would be created in CG, this will also be the first live-action remake to be completely computer-generated. That is all we have time for in entertainment news. I'm Caden Spilsbury. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Caden. As Christmas is just around the corner, the White House can't wait for the First Lady Melania Trump to unveil the 2018 White House Christmas decorations. For this year's festive editions, breaking with traditional green, red trees are lining the East Wing hallway. They are decking the Cross Hall and Grand Foyer halls with 14,000 red ornaments to go with American Treasures theme of the White House. With holiday season upon us, Tara Cooley wanted to hit the streets and find out what people are looking forward to most this winter.
What I'm looking forward to most this holiday season is spending time with my friends and family, enjoying the good food and good wine. I got 2 bottles right here of my family's wine, and I feel like the holidays is all about company, good food, and good wine.
Spending time with my girlfriend.
Spending time with family.
But the most important for me is get together with family and friends, eat, have a good time, drink, dance. You know, we don't really care much about material gift or stuff like that. Just to get together, spend time, talk, remember old things, and have a good time at home or other friends' house.
A nice look at the holiday season.
That wraps up this edition of Urban Nights Update. For everyone here, thanks for joining us. I'm Nicholas Boffman.
And I'm Monique Nethington. See you back next time.